What's going on, guys? Psycho Killer here, and welcome back to the Minecraft Bedrock Survival Guide. So, I went ahead and scouted that village over there, guys. I know we were supposed to do it at the beginning of this episode, but let me tell you this. There was nothing there. There was nothing worth looting. There was what the buildings you're looking at right now with this tower, that right there, and these two buildings, there was nothing. There was an iron golem, which meant that there were some villagers. But I didn't find them nowhere. There was a massive cave underneath, so maybe that's where they're at. But we'll definitely use this village for something else in the future. But for today, we're definitely not gonna mess with that village. We're going to work on our starter build, our starter house. We definitely want the starter house to be close to all of that. So I think this is a perfect spot for it. So we're gonna need to get the materials that we want to build the house with. So I'm thinking cobblestone and spruce. We'll use cobblestone for the floors, so we're going to go ahead and lay it out. It doesn't need to be anything special, but here's what I think. We'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks so we can do a single door. We'll come out right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then another square across here. So we'll do like that. Okay. And then I think we'll even do a little room here off the side. So we'll go, let's go out 1, here, 2, 3, 3, 3. No, keep it going. Keep going there, there, there. 2 and come there. And then from there, I think we'll come out 1 more. Bring that in, maybe 1 more, like that. I think would be cool. Maybe like a tunnel into a crafting area. So I'm gonna get this all filled in, and we'll look at the shape of it, and we'll continue the build. Alright, so we got the base laid in there, and one thing I have decided is I definitely want to use a lot of spruce in this build, but we're going to have to break the build up somehow also. To do that, we're limited on our resources right now, so we're going to have to use some sort of stone. So for starters, I'm just going to place, I actually think I want to go this high with it. Yes, I'm going to start by placing some spruce in the corners of the build. And then we'll probably have to go back down and get some more different types of stone. I think I want to get some andesite, some diorite, and some granite. I know a lot of people don't like to build with diorite and granite. They think it's ugly, but I think in its polished form, diorite and granite can both be used nicely for accents. Granite definitely just for accents. I used to think like roofs and stuff were all right with polished granite. However, since we've got the copper blocks, those will kind of replace the granite. But the polished granite, I think, still will look good for some accents. Not necessarily in this build, but in future builds. Polished andesite is absolutely amazing. Polished basalt also is great, but that's for a different episode where we'll be getting that. Today we're going to focus, like I said, on some andesite, some stone, some diorite, and some granite. That's what we'll be mining for. And to do so, we're just going to go down into the strip mine. So before we do that, I'm going to start with putting these pillar posts up here in the corners. And then we'll head back into the mines. We won't be going as low down as we were before either, because those stones don't have to generate that low. This tree is probably going to have to come out of there as well. So let's get geared up and head back down with our pickaxes. So back down here in the cave that we found earlier, as you can see, there's plenty of stone over here that we're looking for. Here's the granite and the stone. There's the diorite. There's some andesite over there. There's a zombie clad in gold. I also thought this would be the perfect opportunity to give you guys the basic starter on strip mining. And we're going to cover Y16. So Y16 is in 1.18. Y16 is the Y coordinate at which iron ore would generate the most. So we're just going to cut back into the wall right here at our little starter cave, you know, this badass thing that we found, and we're just going to strip mine. So when you strip mine, you're just going to do a 2-block high hallway in a straight line. I generally, before I choose to branch it off, I normally come up with a number of how far I want it to go, and then I branch it off. So we're going to go, let's say 100 blocks out. So we're currently at X coordinate 314. So we're going to strip mine this straight out to X coordinate 214 because we're going in the negative direction. So I am going to cut in here real quick and show you. As you can see, we have some gravel here. I know I already cut some of that gravel down with my shovel, but one of the things we can do to quickly get rid of the gravel and save your tools is, if you have a 2-block area like this, take the bottom one out first, place your torch, take the next one, and the gravel will actually fall on the torch instead of placing itself. So let's continue on to that coordinate 214. So we did break into another piece of cave here. There is an abandoned mine shaft over there. We're just going to block it off with 1 block, place a torch on it, so we know to come back to it later. And we're going to head back this way and start actually branching out. So as you can see, I already grabbed the copper that was there, but we're going to grab the ores that we've uncovered along the way through the rest of this mine shaft that we're making, and then we're going to start branching off. So then when you're branch mining, the next thing you do is you start going, obviously, in branches off to the side. So from wherever my outer wall is, which is right here, I go 1 block in, and I'll branch off a certain distance. You know, I normally go about 50, so I would go to like negative 755 on the z-axis, and then I would come back over, skip 2, because if you skip 1, you're going to be looking at the same wall that you already looked at. If you skip 2, you're looking at a whole new wall. So I'll skip 2, and I would start mining there. Then I come back out, 1, 2, start mining there, all the way down on both sides. So let's do a little bit of mining here, see what we get lucky enough to come up with. Hopefully we can get some diorite, andesite, and granite in here, because we've gotten none yet. Well, we've gotten 10 blocks of andesite. We'll do a couple of these to the negative 755 z-axis, and if we haven't come up with a decent amount of granite and diorite, we'll just head into the cave and get it so we can finish our build. As you can see, we got some diorite right there, and that just happens to be in the cave. We're going to continue our strip mine on down here, though. I'm going to use gravel. You know what? I'm not going to use anything to bridge that out. I'm just going to walk right across. That's definitely some andesite right there. So let's keep on going, guys. As we found some of these decorative stones, I am starting to tear some of it out. I'm not going to dig too deep left and right, because obviously that's going to cut into the other branches of our branch mine, and we can grab them as we go. But one thing I do want to point out is when you find large chunks of granite like we found here, one of the things you need to keep in mind is that these can always lead to ore veins. Ore veins generate with basically copper or iron inside large chunks or veins of granite. So definitely, if you guys see granite in the amount that I've seen here, make sure you're digging that out around it. This one's obviously not an ore vein, but it's definitely worth checking into. So make sure you guys dig into those. As you can see here, we've uncovered some iron ore, and this is likely an iron ore vein. So let's grab this real quick here, and we'll dig out around once we seem like the iron has come to a dead end. which it looks to have there. So then we'll dig out around where that iron was at into the granite and see if it opens up some more iron. And you know, in these new 1.18 worlds, as I've played in them, when I have come across these veins, I have been led so far from where I started. See, there's more iron there. Just by digging into these veins, I've followed iron, I've followed copper for hundreds of blocks in distance. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the rest of this iron here, and then we're gonna mark this particular ore vein with a torch and come back to it. Look, we've already picked up 27, 28, 29 pieces of iron ore just by messing with these ore veins this ore vein for the most part. So we're definitely gonna mark this off, so we remember to go back there. We're definitely going to want to go back there, but we're going to continue strip mining. I want at least a stack. There's my stack of granite. I want at least another stack of diorite and a stack of andesite, and then we'll be good to go. So let's grab those stacks real quick and get the heck out of here. All right, so we're back to the surface. We're going to look at our haul. I did take some of this coal with me, but we did pick up some of it down there in the mine. We got 23 pieces of raw copper, 39 pieces of raw iron, 15 pieces of raw gold. We got 19 blocks of dirt. We did get one stack plus another 64 pieces of granite. We have a stack plus another 3 pieces of diorite. We got 18 gravel, which is, who cares? We don't need it. I brought 1 piece of cobblestone with me, but we did get 2 stacks plus 6 more pieces of cobblestone. We got a stack plus 9 pieces of andesite, and we got a piece of flint that we'll use later for flint and steel. So not a bad haul, definitely all we needed. For now, we're going to dump off the things we don't need in this chest. We're going to dump off our goods. So the polished block that I plan to use for this build is polished andesite. I also want to use some stone bricks, so we're going to place a bunch of cobblestone inside the furnace, and we'll check back to it periodically during our build to see how it's doing. So to make polished andesite, you just take 4 pieces of andesite. Either you could do it in a crafting table interface or via your personal crafting interface, and you just do it in a 2x2 square, and there it brings 4 pieces of polished andesite. You have to have 4 pieces to make it, and you get 4 pieces back so you don't lose any on the deal there. So we're going to turn all of our andesite into polished andesite. All right, and then we're going to wait for this furnace to be ready. We're going to make some stone bricks and some smooth stone. So for the accents that we're using the polished andesite for, I don't know yet. Let's start with, I think we're going to start with building the walls. Obviously, the base of the walls here will line out where we're going to want the windows to be and such and so forth. There's a whole bunch of sand over there, which we'll go get later. Oh, and there's sand right there. We'll get here shortly to make our windows. We need to figure out where we want our front door to be, which I think I decided I wanted the front door to be right here. So we're going to take that piece of dirt out right there. This is where the steps will be right there. So the door will go like, hey, you son of a bitch. I don't have my axe on me, so I'm just going to use this. Our door will be right here. That wall will come up at least 2 high. I don't know that that's how I'm going to keep it, is with this particular wood, but definitely going to make it at least 1 high here. Alright, so we've got the first level covered there. We need to figure out where we want our windows to be. I think I definitely want a window. Not there because the area is too small, but I think I'll put a window right here. This. Just a 2 high window, or 2 high, 1 wide window. We'll do it on each side. We are going to come all the way up with that. So I think, are those straight across from one another? 1, 2. Yes, so we'll do those there, and then we'll go ahead and fill in the rest of this wall with the spruce. And then I think what we're going to do here in the doorway is get an axe and turn that into strip spruce. So let's sleep for the night, get our axe, and continue our build. So we're going to strip the spruce here. I like the little off-grain pattern. I might even switch these two. I think I'm going to. Definitely switch those two. So I think I want this one going crossways, and then the other one going upways. Where did it go? Oh, it was only two. I'm gonna have to build up to it. Like that. Let's take a look at that. Yes, definitely. And then of course we'll build a door to put here. We'll smelt glass for that. And I think that's the only piece that I want like that. So let's figure out where we want the rest of our windows to be. Obviously, all of the spruce is getting covered on the inside. That's for the outside aesthetics of the build. So we're going to put the walls there for sure, cover these up, and then we'll move around and see where else we want to put windows. So that doesn't leave us with much else. We're going to put a window there. I think we might even put a whole window, like a huge large window looking back here. And then here we'll go across the top. We'll maybe do a 2x2 right there. And a 2x2 right next to it. So we'll go window, 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 window. This one I think... No, I think we just want a couple 2x2 windows right there. This is the one where I think we definitely want to look at it to see. There's definitely going to be more aesthetics there as, you know, time passes. But I don't think I want the whole wall. So we're going to build this in evenly, bring it together just a little bit. And I think that's perfect, my dudes, right there. And that's where the window's going to be. So now we need to work on the roof, check on the stone to see how it's smelted up, because that's going to be needed for the roof. And we're going to have to gather some sand real quick to make glass for our windows. All right, so there's a couple ways you can do the stone. If you want to make the stone bricks, like I do, there's that option there where you make stone bricks. It takes 4 of them to make 4 as well. And then you can then turn the stone bricks into stone brick stairs by placing, you know, I'll show you with the stone because I don't want to waste it. But you can place the stone bricks like that and use 6 of them to make 4 stairs. Or there's another option that we have. What that is, you place 3 pieces of stone right there and a piece of iron there, and you get a stone cutter. Place the stone cutter on the ground, and you can do, instead of having to do 4 for 4 to make the stone bricks, you can do 1 for 1. 1 piece of stone turns into 2 slabs. That's how it's supposed to be. 1 for 1. Or I can place all 61 of these that I have left in here to make stone brick stairs, and it does all the math for me, and I have 61 stone brick stairs. I don't lose any. So a stone cutter is absolutely 100% the way to go. So the stone brick stairs, why did we want the stone brick stairs? Right here. This is what we're going to do. So we're going to bring this. I don't think I like that being there. I don't like that. So this is the one place where the accent log is not going to be, because I just don't like the way it looks in the build right there. So we're going to place our stone brick stairs here all the way along the bottom of what would be the roof line. You know what? Yeah. No, that's definitely how I want this build to be. And then I think we're going to come out 1 extra here. Yes, and then we're going to do the same thing on the back side of the build over here. Alright, so what we're actually going to do is bring this out so that it would be even with the other side. And then we're going to fill in the rest of this with basically a canopy around the back. So, once that's there, we need to get up top. And we're just going to do the top, a little back and forth kind of deal. So that way, we'll go up. That way. Do this the other way here. That way. That way, so let's count our steps. Not counting this one we're standing on here. Should have 1, 2. So we got 2. And we're just going to do it evenly across both sides. So we'll start this way. Upside down there. 1 and 2, and we're just going to go back and forth, get these even, and we're basically going to build a border of stone steps around here. So once we got that border done on one side, we're going to go do the same kind of border on the other side, identical to what we did before. So we ran out of stone, brick stairs, so we placed some more of the cobblestone in the furnace and grab the glass out. For now, we're going to craft our glass panes. And to craft glass panes, you just put 2 rows of 3 like that, and that will make, 6 pieces of glass turn into 16 glass panes. As we're not going to use a whole lot of the glass blocks, we're going to turn them all into glass panes. And we're going to go ahead and fill in our windows. And I also took the liberty of grabbing some oak wood from an oak tree that was nearby so that I can show you guys how to make an oak door. We'll do that in just a second. First, we're going to place all of our glass while our stone is smelting up to make our stone brick stairs so we can finish our roof. So we're going to place the glass here. Keep in mind, if you break glass, it's broken, it's gone. So don't, move too quick like I am and go placing them places where you don't need them to be placed if you don't have an abundance of glass. Make sure you're careful. Finishing with the big bay window there. I think that's pretty nice. The cool thing about this starter house is it can always be expanded upon. We could go that direction, we'd go that direction, we could go that direction, that direction. We probably just couldn't go this direction. So we're going to make our oak door. Definitely want an oak door, not a spruce door. So to make an oak door, first we're going to need 6 oak planks. So we're going to turn 2 pieces of oak wood into 8 oak planks. And then you just make an oak door like that. And it gives you 6 oak planks will give you 3 oak doors. I don't think that's a very bad deal at all. Place it there. Boom, boom. All right. And then the polished andesite. Definitely want polished andesite stairs. So, again, we go to the stone cutter. I want 1 polished andesite stair. And I don't want to waste any of my polished andesite. So, place the polished andesite, grab the stair, and there it is. Polished andesite stair. Now, also want polished andesite pieces. So, front porch, boom, boom, boom. Yes, I think that's how I want that to look. For now. We might change it later. As you can see, I've got some beetroots on me. I've been feeding these pigs up. Hopefully soon we can switch to eating pork instead of these berries that take forever to fill up. Pork has a higher saturation than the berries. My favorite food is definitely beef, but we're still stuck over here with just one of these cows. So we have 4 more beetroots on us. We're going to go ahead and use them to feed 4 more pigs. They'll make 2 more babies. And then we'll do some slaughtering before we do some more feeding. Wouldn't that be wonderful? So, the polished andesite is in our inventory. We have that there. I don't know what else I want to use the polished andesite for, but we'll have to see. We're waiting on the stone to smelt up. So in the meantime, I'm just going to harvest some of these crops, and I will see you guys when that stone is ready to finish the roof. So we've got the outline of the roof done, at least for this part of the roof, and I have figured out what I want to do with the polished andesite. It's just going to be a simple placement inside the roof for the accent. It's going to go across the bottom and then around the outside of it where it can be seen. If you get what I'm saying. So it's going to be like an basically like an inset outline. I didn't need that there, did I? Yes, I did. So it's basically just going to be an outline set inside of the build there. I don't want that one there. And then we're going to fill in the rest of it with stripped spruce. So basically, I'm going to go across, like sideways, down. Maybe sideways, down, right? So it's going to go like that. And then this one would go this way. That one would go that way. And then we're going to strip it. That's exactly what I was going for right there. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side as well. All right, both sides are done. Hell yeah. And now we just need to fill in the roof. And for that, we're going to use spruce stairs. Alright, so the outside of the build is complete. We've got the stone brick stair outlines with the spruce inside. And we're going to change that, I think, eventually to a different wood grain, or we'll change this to a different wood grain. I'm not sure which. We have the polished andesite on the inside with the strip spruce. I really like that. And then on this side, what I've done is just made it a flat roof. I have other plans for that in the future, so we're going to leave it flat for now. And it looks like there's just one little spot right there that needs cleaned up because it's not going to be seen from the outside. And I think that'll do that. That'll do that build. That will finish that build. We'll move everything inside. And not only will that finish that build, my dudes, I think that will also finish the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments section down below if there's anything you would have done different with this build. I know that it looks kind of weird on the side over the entrance, but like I said, I have plans for that. We'll deal with either in a later episode or something I can do off of the camera. But yo, my dudes, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.